Fluttershy panted heavily as she lay on the cloud. Her wings were sore and her energy was low. She wasn't sure how much longer she could keep this up. It was exhausting her.
Are you finished already? We've barely gotten any flying in today.
I'm sorry.
Fluttershy shakily got up onto all four hooves again.
You're never gonna get your grades up if you don't get into better shape.
Rainbow flew down and forced her onto her feet, spreading her wings and getting her into a flight stance, much to Fluttershy's dismay.
Okay, give me another speed lap around the loops, and go!
Fluttershy let out a soft cry before flying forward as quickly as her wings could carry her. Her wings had developed early and grown larger, but they weren't very strong despite that. Rainbow could only groan at Fluttershy's top speed, not even being a third of what she could pull off in the air. Fluttershy grunted as she flew through the floating loops, trying to beat her old time, her body aching and screaming at her with every beat of her wings. She felt herself slowing down as her body forced its actions. She panted through the last hoop before finally landing and collapsing at the start line, gasping for breath.
Alright, I can see you're tired. You're really out of shape, Fluttershy. Take 5 minutes to get rest and we'll do some lighter exercises. You won't be able to graduate if you stay so out of shape, though.
I'm sorry.
Fluttershy panted between gasps of air. Her body wanted nothing more than to rest. This much physical exertion was beyond her.
And that's another thing. Stop apologizing for every little thing. I'm gonna go fetch you some water. You just relax.
Rainbow quickly flew off at a speed that if Fluttershy had blinked, she would have missed where she went.
Wow.
She watched Dash fly off. Nothing ever seemed to slow her down. She could fly anywhere at any speed at any time. Her mind constantly told her it was impossible for her to ever reach any level like Dash, but she wanted to, even if it was just once.
Huh?
Something gently landed on the cloud in front of Fluttershy. It was a letter that had fallen from the sky. Fluttershy looked up, trying to see if she could spot who dropped it, but the sky was clear for the moment, with the occasional Pegasus passing by. She carefully picked up the letter, examining it.
It's addressed to me.
She carefully opened the letter before pulling out the folded paper inside. She opened the letter and began to read.
Dear Fluttershy, I have admired you from afar for some time now, but I'm too shy to admit my feelings to you in person. I don't know if I'll ever have the courage to face you directly about these feelings, but I had to at least let you know. Ever since I saw your sleek, beautiful yellow coat and glorious pink mane, you've inspired a confidence inside of me. Your grace and beauty are second to none. Your eyes show such deep love and compassion that I could get lost if I were to look into them. Your voice is that of an angel. Your tenderness makes me shiver, and your being fills me with glee. I know this might seem confusing to you, but my heart throbs in your very presence. I don't think you've ever noticed me, and that's okay. I can live happily just knowing you're there. So please continue to live happily, and hopefully one day I'll be able to at least say hello to you. Your secret admirer.
Fluttershy read the letter twice. She didn't know who sent the letter or that any pony felt that way about her. It was a new experience. One that made her angry. She folded the letter back into its original shape and tore it into 2 pieces. She then tore the letter in half again. As she went to tear it for a 3rd time, she stopped herself, realizing what she was doing. She stared at the torn letter in her hooves, shocked at her own actions. A pony had tried to tell her that they cared for her, and her initial reaction was to destroy it?
Why did I?
She had no idea what had compelled her to tear the letter. She felt guilt riddle her at what she had done. She tender-folded the remaining pieces of the paper and carefully tucked it into her mane. She would hold on to it. It was something precious someone had given her, even if she had destroyed it.
Alright, here.
A bottle of water was suddenly thrust into Fluttershy's face, much to her surprise as she fell backwards onto her back.
Eesh, just some water, you scaredy cat.
Oh, thank you.
Fluttershy gently took the water and drank it slowly.
Okay, we're gonna continue in a few minutes, so make sure you're ready.
I wonder who sent me the letter.
Fluttershy sat there in confusion as she relaxed, trying to prepare for more training.
Ah, that was refreshing.
Rainbow Dash stretched as she walked back into the living room. Her coat sparkled from her fresh cleaning as she checked on how Fluttershy was doing. To her surprise, the kitchen was already starting to look normal again.
Wow, you work fast, Fluttershy.
Oh, thank you. And sorry again about this whole mess. I hope you still had a good time.
Fluttershy meekly smiled as her brush finished cleaning the last of the soup before putting the brush back into her bucket of soapy water.
Oh, sure, it was a fun visit. Good food and a good laugh. It was worth the trip.
Well, I'm happy. If you had a good time, then it was a good evening.
Fluttershy smiled as she brushed her hooves off on a towel by her sink before turning to Rainbow.
Thanks for having dinner with me.
No problem. We should do it again sometime, though well, perhaps with less projectile foods.
I'd like that very much.
Well, hey, before it gets too late, I'm gonna go head home. You seem to have things wrapped up here, and I need to get planning the weather forecast for next week. As much as I hate boring stuff, this was fun enough to make up for it. It was nice hanging out. We should do it again soon.
Yes, we should. Oh, before you go.
Fluttershy walked over to the counter and picked up a brown bag before bringing it over to Rainbow.
My desserts managed to escape the destruction. I'd really like you to take them home.
Oh, awesome! I'm sure they'll be delicious.
Rainbow turned and walked towards the door.
See you later, Fluttershy.
Bye, Rainbow Dash.
Fluttershy waved back, smiling happily. She heard the door close as she let out a happy sigh.
Good. She had a good time. And I'm almost finished cleaning.
Fluttershy walked back into the living room. She looked at the bird cage. Sitting there in a huff with his arms crossed sat Angel Bunny.
All right, Angel. Have you learned your lesson?
Fluttershy walked up the cage. Angel looked over his shoulder, looking annoyed at Fluttershy, his arms still crossed.
All right. You can come out now.
She opened the cage, the rabbit instantly hopping out and running up the stairs.
I wonder what he's off in a hurry about.
She just shrugged it off, though, walking over to her couch and laying down on it, letting out a quick sigh of relaxation. She wished the night had gone better, but it had turned out well enough to feel happy about it. She relaxed on her couch, letting the pillows comfort her. A loud throat-clearing cough came from in front of her. Opening her eyes to look down at the source, Angel stood there, holding out torn paper up to Fluttershy.
Huh? What's this, Angel?
Fluttershy took the paper from Angel. She examined the paper carefully. It was old. The paper had been crumpled several times, the color was fading from age, and the writing was starting to fade. But it was an old letter that she had read many times throughout her life.
Angel, you went through my private drawers again?
Fluttershy groaned as she looked at her bunny friend. The bunny hopped onto the couch next to her, uncaring for her groaning. He tapped the paper in her hooves repeatedly.
What about this letter, Angel? It's a memory of my foalhood, but it's not really important.
Angel just tapped the paper again and then pointed at Fluttershy. He then imitated two people sitting at a table before imitating an explosion.
Huh? Are you trying to say things would end badly between me and Rainbow Dash?
Fluttershy did her best to interpret her bunny friend. Angel nodded his head.
But you don't know that. Rainbow Dash could like me. Maybe. One day. In my dreams.
Fluttershy looked up at the ceiling. Angel put a paw to his face in frustration. He tapped his foot against her, causing her to look at him again. Angel pointed at Fluttershy, then to the torn-up note, then to his head, and twirled his hand.
Angel? Are you trying to say that I don't know what I want?
Angel nodded his head.
But I've grown up a lot from when I got this letter, Angel. I understand a lot more about emotions and love. Besides, that doesn't excuse you from making a mess of my kitchen, mister.
Angel just sighed as he hopped off the couch. He was done trying to help for the day, hopping off to his bed once more.
Oh, well, I should probably take a bath before it's too late.
She'd gotten most of the flour off, but she still needed to properly clean the rest of herself.
All right, a good soak and then it's bedtime.
Fluttershy got up from the couch, heading for her bathroom. Fluttershy bolted awake by the sudden loud knocking on her door. It sounded like some pony was trying to break her door down.
Hold on! I'm coming!
Fluttershy called out as loudly as she could, quickly hopping out of her bed and going over to her dresser. She grabbed her brush and quickly did up her mane. The knocking continued without stopping the entire time. Fluttershy quickly made her way to the door, opening it quickly. Several knocks hit her head as she collapsed to the floor.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sugar Cube.
Applejack helped pick Fluttershy up.
It's okay, Applejack. What's the matter, Applejack?
Oh, no problem. But exciting news! It's Pinkie Pie! She's back from her trip! And she's hosting a big party over at Sugar Cube Corner.
Wait! Pinkie's back? She's been gone a month, though.
Right, so we're celebrating her return. Come on, the party's already started.
Applejack turned and began rushing back into town.
Wait for me!
She quickly followed after Applejack.
Woohoo! Cupcakes and streamers and friends, oh my! Oh my gosh, I missed you! And you? And you? Oh my gosh, I miss every pony!
She bounced from pony to pony, giving each a big hug.
Fluttershy!
She pounced on the yellow Pegasus, knocking her to the ground.
Oh, I missed you and the girls the most! I'm so glad you came to my welcome back party!
The excited pink pony rubbed her face against Fluttershy like crazy.
It's nice to see you too, Pinkie. But I need air.
Oh, my bad!
Pinkie let go of Fluttershy, letting her stand back up.
Have you been? I haven't seen you in what seems like forever. You have to tell me everything that's been happening since I've been gone.
Pinkie talked a mile a minute as she normally did.
Nothing much, really. It's been really quiet without you around. How about you? Did you have a good trip?
Oh, of course. It wasn't the best trip ever, but it was so nice hanging out with my sister and parents again. They really helped me feel like me again, and once I was ready to come back, I just had to come back and throw a big party for all my wonderful friends. I'm just so happy!
Well, I'm so glad to hear that, Pink.
Pinks, you're back!
Fluttershy was interrupted by the cry of Rainbow Dash, who quickly flew over to the two of them.
Rainbow Dash!
Pinkie jumped up and hugged her dear friend.
I missed you and the other girls so much!
Pinkie swung on the flying Pegasus, who struggled to hold them both up before the two girls crashed to the ground, laughing together.
It's great to see you again, Pinkie. You wouldn't believe how boring it's been around without you. I didn't realize how much you livened the place up.
Aw, I'm sorry, Rainbow. I promise that I won't be going anywhere for a long time now.
You better not.
Rainbow bounced the end of Pinkie's mane with her hoof.
After all, you still have that ribbon in your hair, so you better not forget how much you appreciate us.
Oh, I'll never forget it ever again.
Fluttershy watched the two close friends chat away so naturally. She smiled as best she could if either of them looked at her, but she couldn't help but notice how naturally they were able to strike up a conversation. Rainbow Dash looked so natural talking to Pinkie, and Pinkie matched her energy so easily. She struggled to bring up a conversation with Rainbow, often too shy to think of something to talk about. She struggled enough inviting her to dinner last night. Plus, Rainbow was always spending time with Pinkie since they always seemed to have fun goofing off together. Then, if it wasn't Pinkie, she'd be spending time with Applejack, always competing about one thing or another. In fact, the last time she remembered Rainbow Dash coming to her to hang out was when she needed her to cheer for her at the Best Young Flyers competition.
I guess she only comes to me when she needs me.
Fluttershy felt a little dejected, but this was still a happy occasion. Pinkie Pie was back. She walked over to the refreshments table, filling up a glass of punch for herself.
Oh, hey, Fluttershy.
Fluttershy turned to see Twilight. She walked over to the table.
It's nice to see you can make it on such short notice.
Oh, of course. It's nice to see Pinkie Pie again.
It wasn't a lie, but she had to hide her jealousy.
I forgot how much fun her parties are.
I'm relieved that she's okay. She left so suddenly. I was worried about her.
I was too.
Again, it was true.
But I forgot how much time she spent with Rainbow Dash. I'm glad she made it home safe. The town will be more fun again.
It certainly will be hard to keep things quiet again. But I'm just happy everything worked out. I'm going to go play some games. Want to join me?
Sure. That sounds fun. What am I going to do?
Fluttershy watched Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash sharing a huge laugh as she walked with Twilight.
In Too Shy for a Rainbow, Chapter 2. Rainbow Dash was played by Jay. Fluttershy was played by Mewsel. Pinkie Pie was played by Wollffeey. Twilight was played by Princess Rill. Applejack was played by Hannah May, and narration was given by Trevor Gonzalez. It was directed by Lightning and edited by Raishy.